The wind sighed mournfully through the towering pines, each breath carrying with it the scent of damp moss and rotting leaves. Sarah, a seasoned hiker with a taste for solitude, had ventured deeper into Hollow Grove than she ever had before. The locals whispered dark tales about the heart of the forest, but Sarah dismissed them as mere folklore. As she trekked on, the path narrowed and the underbrush thickened, coiling around her ankles like grasping fingers. The sunlight, which had been filtering through the canopy in dappled patches, now dimmed as though the forest itself drew in its breath. Silence enveloped her, so profound that even the usual rustling of small creatures ceased. Suddenly, a low, rhythmic tapping echoed from somewhere unseen, like a heartbeat drumming out of sync with her own. Sarah paused, straining to listen, the hair on her arms standing rigid. A chill raced down her spine as she scanned the shadows cast by the tangled thicket. Nothing moved, yet the feeling of being watched was palpable. Then she saw it just at the periphery of her vision, a glimmer of pale skin among the darkened bark. A child stood motionless, barefoot and dressed in a tattered white dress, eyes wide and unblinking. The girl's hair fell in stringy, wet strands across her face. Sarah's mouth went dry, her voice caught in her throat. "Are you lost?" Sarah whispered, not recognizing the tremor in her own voice. The child tilted her head, but said nothing. The tapping continued, louder now, closer. Sarah's gaze darted about, trying to locate its source. Her pulse quickened as she realized it came from all around her, an unnatural surround sound that seemed to mock her very heartbeat. The girl stepped back, slowly disappearing into the dark, her eyes never breaking their lock with Sarah's until the last moment. Panic surged. The underbrush rustled and snapped as if stirred by unseen feet, and the tapping reached a fever pitch, blending with a low, guttural growl. Without thinking, Sarah bolted. Branches clawed at her arms and legs as she stumbled and fought to escape. The ground seemed to shift beneath her feet, the trees blurring into tall, menacing sentinels. The growl transformed into a chorus of whispers, each voice urgent and pleading. "Leave. Now. She doesn't let go." Sarah tripped, falling hard onto a gnarled root. She gasped as pain shot up her arm, but there was no time to linger. She scrambled to her feet, bloodied and shaking, and ran until the whispers faded and the forest lightened, the trees widening their ancient embrace. Bursting through the last of the undergrowth, she collapsed on the forest floor, sobs racking her body. When she dared to look back, Hollow Grove stood silent and still, the tapping finally at rest. But in the depths, hidden in the suffocating dark, a pair of wide, unblinking eyes watched. And they never looked away.
Like, share and follow for more Fiction Fusion story.